welcome back. So today I want to show you how to make this cute little roller organizer. So I did make a few of them. This one I made for crayons, and you're going to see me making this one in the video. This one was more for makeup brushes. You'll see it in the video as well. They're different size pockets depending on what you were sewing. But if you just untie it and open it, you can have all of your lovely crayons or brushes or hand sanitizer or even your sewing supplies in here, and quick and ready to go. So let me show you what you're going to need. For this project, you will need 3 pieces of 22 by 7 rectangles cut out, 1 lace or trim 30 inches, 1 piece of fusible fleece cut 21 by 3, and 1 piece of interfacing cut 21 by 6. And then obviously you'll need your basic supplies: pins, seam ripper, scissors, rulers, and a sewing machine. So let me get you into step 1 here. So for the first step, you want to take your fusible fleece and you want to apply it to your piece of fabric that you want to be your pocket piece. So I have one that I made previously here. I use this red piece as my inner piece, so I want the blue one to be. So I'm going to place it a little above the bottom here, fold it over, and then iron it so that the fleece gets fused. So let me do that. So I have my piece all fused, so we're going to put that to the side. We don't need this anymore. And then we're going to take one of our pieces that were going to be the back pieces, and we're going to place our interfacing on there, and we're going to fuse that as well. So this one you want to just put in the middle, and then I always like to place a piece over it when I iron it so I don't get it stuck to my iron. So let me do that. And then we'll move on to our next step. Step 3 is we're going to take our piece here, we're going to place it on our piece that we added the interfacing to, on the bottom here, line it up on the raw edges, and we're going to stitch all the way around. So let me get that under the machine, and I'll show you what that looks like. For this step, you want to start marking out your pockets. So mine is going to be used for crayons. So I'm going to do my pockets are going to be 1 inch in width. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to use some chalk. I'm going to mark out 1 inch and then keep going down. And then once I've gotten all the way down, I'm going to draw my chalk lines. I'm going to sew over my chalk lines so I have little pockets. So if you are doing this for a different reason, for maybe like sewing supplies or makeup brushes, you may want to make them a little bigger. So like a makeup brush maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Like a seam ripper would fit nicely into a 1 inch pocket. But yeah, whatever size you want is up to you. But for my crayon purposes, I'm doing 1 inch all the way down. So let me get that marked and then we'll get it sewn. So now we have all of our pockets, so I'm just going to trim all these strings here. next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our ribbon. We're going to fold it in half. And you don't have to make it 30 inches if you don't want to. I like mine longer so they can tie a nice pretty bow in it. And then you're just going to, the folded half is going to be on the end. And you're just going to pin that in place. Okay. Then you're going to take your remaining piece and you're going to place it on top, lining it up and pinning it in place. So all you're going to do now is stitch all the way around all four corners, leaving a small opening on the top. So let me get that stitched. I'll show you what that looks like. Whenever I make these, I always like to reinforce where I put the ribbon, so I'm going to stitch over that maybe 3 or 4 more times. Before you turn it right side out, you are going to want to clip the corners just to help with some of that additional bulk. Just be careful not to clip over your stitching. And then you are all set to turn it right side out. Okay, so I've insided out my pouch here. So now we're just gonna iron it so we can get a nice flat bottom here. So I'm gonna fold it over and just press it in place and just smooth the whole thing out. Let me do this. So now it's nice and flattened out for me. So just going to fix my top piece here so that they're nice and even. That's the hole that I left so I could inside it out. Just press that. Okay, and all I'm going to do now is a top stitch. And I only top stitch it from the pocket around to the pocket. I don't do any top stitching down here, it's just too bulky. So let me get that top stitched. For my top stitching, I'm actually going to do a zigzag stitch just for the look of it. You don't have to, if you don't want to, you can do a straight stitch. I just like the look of the zigzag stitch. So let me start that. Now you have your roller, so all you have to do is put your crayons or your makeup brushes in, just roll it up, and then you have your ribbons. You're just going to tie those around it. And here, if you made them extra long, you can trim them now if you decide you want them shorter. And there you have your roll. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you liked it and you want to see anything else, also leave that in the comments and possibly subscribe. Thank you. Bye.